many horses that they can play in polo.
What's going on, Mountaineer fans? Thought I'd jump on here and create a quick video. I was lucky enough to go see the 2A state championship game yesterday afternoon at Carter Finley Stadium, and it pitted Shelby against Wallace Rose Hill, and Shelby ended up coming away with the championship 55-34. But up until halftime, it was a great game. For those that don't know or didn't see my post earlier, we had a running back commit who played for Wallace Rose Hill, and Kanye Roberts, number 5. And then we also had he's listed as a defensive lineman. He really played defensive end almost the entire game yesterday. And he played for Shelby. He is number 9, and his name is Santana Hopper. Both of them had great games, and we'll take a look at just some of the things that they've done, some of the things they could bring to the team here soon. I think both of these guys are high-level talent. Santana Hopper is apparently the highest-rated player App has ever recruited, and you'll see why here in these clips. We'll start out with Roberts, take a quick look at some things Kanye did well yesterday, and just to tell you how crazy of a game it was, Kanye Roberts scored 5 touchdowns on 26 carries and amassed 253 yards. And he wasn't the player of the game. It actually went to junior quarterback from Shelby, Dalen Lee. He ended the day with 5 touchdowns and 313 yards. And if he's not on App's radar, then there's something wrong. This kid was really good as well. So there was a lot of college-level talent on the field in the 2A championship. And let's take a look a little bit closer at what some of these guys are going to bring to the team here for us very soon.
So here we see Kanye Roberts, 5'11", 190 senior. Obviously, you can read all that. For Wallace Rose Hill. I don't know if he necessarily looks 5'11". He looks pretty good sized, I'd say, for a running back, especially at the high school level. So I can only imagine once we get him in there, how he'll bulk up and look when he's up on the mountain playing for App. And then here's Santana Hopper. 8 and 9 look a lot alike. A lot of the numbers actually for both teams are hard to read, but he's going to line up at the defensive end position, and we'll see plenty of clips from him. Here is a one and only return that Kanye Roberts took all night. Nothing spectacular here, but just kind of what he could bring. He's just a little bit elusive compared to some of the other running backs and wide receivers who will take some kicks. Here we're actually going to see number 9 get the handoff, but Roberts is going to pull a block and spring him almost for a touchdown. And then he we'll see it a second time. First block, very legit, very good, takes the defender off his feet. Then he kind of gets into the back of number 8 here. He does let off the block. There was no flag thrown, but that's just showing a little bit of versatility. He's not just a runner. He's actually good in the pass, run block and pass protection game. And here he's actually going against Santana Hopper, number 9. He comes up around the edge, and Roberts gets just enough of him. It's not a huge block, but enough to give the quarterback some time. And then a couple runs that he didn't break, but just to show a little bit of his versatility. He is able to take it right up the gut. He is able to fight for those hard-fought yards. If you had to compare him to somebody on the team currently, I'd say he's a little bit comparable to Cam Peoples in that regard. Doesn't have probably the most top-end speed, but he certainly can run away from defenders, and he keeps those legs churning and just works hard for everything that I saw from him yesterday evening. And then we'll see some things where he springs to the outside, and once he does that, he's almost never caught. And this play specifically, he was, but this is my vantage point here. This is something that I took. He's going to come in motion, come across the field, and again, this one's a little bit easier for a running back. I don't even think he really got touched on that play, and then makes his way into the end zone. And then we'll see this play again from a different angle from the one that was shown on television. Like I said, I don't know if he's the fastest running back I've seen, but he's got plenty of speed to make the plays. And you'll see this again, pancake block there to spring him, send him on his way to the end zone. Impressive speed. This is a little bit of the end zone look where he's just plowing ahead, not afraid to take the hit, take the abuse of the hit to get into the end zone. Impressive to see a run like that, especially when he's capable of springing to the outside. Again, another shot that I grabbed from my vantage point. Luckily, he scored a few touchdowns right in front of me. So we'll see a couple from that angle as well. And then this one here, Again, he does spring it to the outside, but he does have to break a few tackles to get all the way in there to the end zone. His third touchdown of the day. He's coming across again in motion, gets the handoff in the backfield. Again, he waits for the hole to develop. Boom, hits it right through there. A little bit of a stiff arm. Doesn't have to give the biggest stiff arm ever. Again, because he's got that speed. He's got that really long stride, actually, that, some of these other running backs have speed in a different version. They use a smaller, shiftier steps. He seems to lengthen out his stride, which it works well for him. I'd be interested to see if they kind of do anything with that once he gets up on the mountain. And then this is what I think is his most impressive run of the day. It was a little bit poor tackling by Shelby here, but he still finds the way into the end zone. He does kind of fumble it actually before he gets in, but immediately recovers the fumble in the end zone. Again, from my vantage point, he actually takes a delayed handoff across the other side of the field and cuts back. And then we'll see some of the juke moves from this angle here. The spin move was impressive, especially to stay on his feet even after he runs into his own guy there. But that is his fourth touchdown of the afternoon. And then obviously, if you can see the score here, this one's out of hand at this point, but there's no quit. He could easily gone down early, and he fought all the way in there to get in for the touchdown on that one. Again, breaking arm tackles. Shelby probably could have done a little bit better on some of those tackles. You got to hit a running back like this in the thighs, the knees, the below the knees area to bring him down, because he's shown all night how he can be pretty good at that. Santana Hopper, he's number 9, lined up on the edge. He gets off the block, and he actually tackles Kanye Roberts there on that play to start off some of these highlights we're going to see from him. Again, he's on the edge. He's going down just second one in from kind of the bottom. Well, he's really the third one in, but he's the first lineman down from the bottom of the screen. Gets through. No one touches him. Not a great offensive scheme there from Wallace Rose Hill, but again, wraps up Kanye Roberts before he can get into the end zone for another touchdown. This one, he's lined up at the end position again. Again, very, very poor blocking offensively, but you can see the size of this guy, and he's a full-grown human being already. This one, he chases Roberts down from behind. Again, he came off that end position. This one, he's at the top of the screen, gets off the block, actually picks up Roberts and kind of drives him into the ground. We'll see this. Lucky enough to catch this one from my vantage point as well. And I think I actually, luckily, got a better angle on this one. He is lined up against number 9 in white. So he's the defensive end lined up there, gets off the block, gets Kanye, picks him up, drives him into the ground. That was one of the first plays I really saw out of him. And obviously very noticeable after that defensive end position. Again, here on the edge, close to the bottom of the screen. Doesn't get the sack or any play that puts him to the stat line, but gets a quarterback hurry there. This one, a couple guys break through the line, but Hopper's the first one there. Again, comes through, gets off a block, chasing the quarterback down, takes him down with a good tackle to get the sack on the play. Towards the top of the screen, another defensive end lineup. It's actually going to be one of the last guys to get to him, but he's going to be the first to really make the tackle. Top of the screen, defensive end position. This one's one of the most impressive ones. He's actually beat fairly well because he went to the outside. Again, it's nothing that he did wrong, but he then chases down the running back with a good motor. Doesn't quit on the play, even though he easily could have.
In the face, a law right beside me. My window tint dark, my rims are too large. As soon as I hit the back road, but the law can't find me.